Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Let's discuss what's going on in the markets. The Dow Jones recently dropped over 1,000 points, marking one of the worst days since 2022. Where are the opportunities in the stock market, and how can we take advantage of these stocks that's in the sea of red? So the Dow Jones dropped over 1,000 points. The S&P dropped over 3%. What on earth is going on with this stock market? And on top of that, the poor Japanese have seen the worst sell-off in the Nikkei since Black Monday in 1987. What on earth is going on in the stock markets?
We believe there's a recession coming.
The Dow's down more than 1,000 points as that global sell-off intensifies.
Overnight, Japan's Nikkei plunged 12%. That is its worst day since 1987.
Seems like a recession cannot be ruled out just yet.
So what is the main culprit here? The main culprit here is a potential US recession. The last jobs data was very disappointing out of the US, and investors are becoming increasingly concerned that the Federal Reserve are not cutting the interest rates fast enough in pace with the slowdown in economic growth within the US. If the Fed is not going to counter the economic slowdown in the US, it's putting investors on a knife edge, and they are concerned about what is going to happen to the overall economy. Is it going to get pushed into recession, and how bad could it be? And as a result of this, we're seeing a huge sell-off in the mega techs such as Apple, Facebook. We've also got Nvidia and Tesla all taking a huge hit through this sell-off. Nvidia plunged over 6% in a single day, taking it from its 52-week high down now nearly 30%, which is absolutely crazy, but overall the stock has had a huge rally. When we look at other stocks like Apple, that also tanked completely as well, which didn't help because Warren Buffett came out and slashed his holdings in Berkshire Hathaway's position within Apple shares. This also added an increased amount of risk to the markets and investor sentiment around those mega cap stocks. I think it's clear overall the AI hype bubble might be bursting, and we're seeing investors starting to pull away now from that mega cap AI rally that we initially saw in the first half of 2024, and I think that's now getting reviewed by investors. But here's the twist: with the mega stocks are crashing overall, this could be positioning certain stocks for a good opportunity and a good rally, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's dive into exactly what that means for H2 2024. With the AI hype cooling off, where are the opportunities, and how can we get those nice stock picks? Earnings growth is now broadening beyond those AI leaders, and this is where we can find opportunities within the markets. So while these mega cap stocks and AI leaders are taking the hit, we can look at focusing on value play stocks. This will be stocks such as utilities, which are currently trading at a discount in comparison to the overall market. One area that I'm staying well clear of is pharma stocks. I won't be touching them, I won't be going anywhere near them. Their revenues are declining, and overall there is a lot of pressure on their pricing. Overall, this is because of the Inflation Reduction Act in the US, and it is causing issues for US drug makers. So this sector is in for a rough ride, and it's something that overall I want to avoid at this moment in time. And obviously from what happened with all of the COVID vaccinations, I think the stigma around pharmacy and vaccinations have also put off a lot of consumers, and I think this is also adding to revenue declines. The opportunity within tech is around the AI infrastructure, focusing on these opportunities of how AI can improve that infrastructure. Specifically around data storage, powering those data centers, and also cooling systems. Now let's throw in geopolitical risks into the picture, and it is a bloodbath out there. Absolutely messy. Geopolitical risks are at one of the highest points we've seen in the last decade. With the geopolitical tensions rising between Ukraine and Russia, Ukraine going on the offensive, Iran looking to strike back at Israel, these are all issues that we need to be focusing on. And overall that has added to the fire, and this has then pushed the US dollar yen carry trade completely out of play and really pushed towards this sell-off. Investors are turning to the yen as the safe haven, and overall this caused a large pullback within the FX markets on the US dollar against the Japanese yen. yen pair, but also really fueled that fire for the equity sell-off. We've also got the US potentially cutting their rates soon, whilst Japan is increasing their rates, which doesn't help. We're seeing investors move into safer assets such as US Treasuries. This gives us that sort of forecast to see that investors are expecting a rough patch ahead. So where does this leave us going into H2 of 2024? Where are the opportunities? Overall, it is in the value plays. That's what we're going to be focusing on. Value stocks are on the watch list, and there are some great pocket opportunities that we should be taking advantage of. Overall, the focus should be within utilities, should be within healthcare equipment, and those US companies are looking to reshoring back to the US. So overall, those that are bringing all of their manufacturing, their development back into the US, I think that is where we're going to see the opportunities because of how big these geopolitical risks are. And these stocks could be poised for a significant growth, especially if the global tensions escalate further. The bottom line, the market shakeup isn't over. We still have Iran potentially going to retaliate back to Israel. How is that going to look? Are we going to see the volatility index spike even further? And then overall, we'll see the yen strengthen and US equities continue to sell off. When we start seeing these value play stocks that are trading at discount within the overall market, these are the stocks that we want to take advantage of. So have a look into the utilities sector, have a look into the healthcare equipment, see which are trading at low PE ratio values and are discounted in comparison to the overall market. This is where you're going to find those pocket opportunities where you can take advantage of the entire market, especially on value play positions. At this moment, it's time to stay strategic and also informed of what is going on. Geopolitical tension should be on the top of your list of watching exactly what is happening, because as those companies start to reshore and start to announce that they're bringing their manufacturing, bringing their productions back to the US, those are the companies that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on, because they are where the opportunity is going to be in the next year or two as well. When it comes to investing, it's all about staying ahead of the curve. So make sure you tune in to the next video and make sure you're up to date with the market insights.